Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka Althea McFarlane, aka AM Morning, aka the author of this fantabulous, as I said it, fantabulous book, Shades of Blue. If you ain't already copped it, go get it. And once you got it, read it. It's a good book. All righty. With that being said, I want to say thank you right off the bat to my sponsor, Miss Misha Merritt. Thank you. And I also want to let you guys know that if you could give any donations, any sponsorship, Molly will be running the tag where you can donate and get in touch with us to sponsor. We would love that as well, too. We really much need and appreciate that, all your support and help. And also, I want to say good morning to my people on the panel today. First of all, my super producer, Mr. Molly Mall. We couldn't do it without him. Thank you, Molly Mall. And my girl Friday is here with me today. Oh my gosh. It's Michelle Pucciarelli. Good morning, Poochie. Okay, I must be frozen.
Are you frozen?
Oh, yes, I was frozen. What was the last thing y'all heard me say?
That you were happy to see me.
Yes,
hi.
That's my girl, Michelle Pucciarelli. Oh, I actually froze. I'm sorry on the introduction. Damn internet. And we pay good top dollar for this high-speed internet. Don't be freezing. Okay, and we got my main man, my brother, Mr. Hakeem Lyons. Oh. Salute. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? How y'all queens doing?
I don't know about Michelle, but I'm exhausted. I don't think I could stay getting in the house late. It was after 3:00 when I went to bed.
After when you went to bed. We weren't home that late.
It was 1:00 when we got home.
Was it that late?
Yes, it was that late. It was 12:51.
When you start counting them times and the hours, we up there in age when we start counting them times, know exactly what time. When you used to party, you ain't even worried about no time. You just know it was late. Now you start counting the hours and the minutes. Hey, look, we was out about that time last night.
Yeah, but we're going to be taking it easy tonight. We're going to be relaxing.
Oh, we're not going out tonight because we've been going I
I
mean,
know. I think we need a night to rest.
I know we need a night to rest. Michelle would go like the end of John's Bunny. She'd kill you.
It's
But
not. That's not inaccurate. That's not inaccurate. So that's what I'm saying. I'm being a responsible adult. I'm admitting it. It's on air. I won't say we this time. I need to rest.
yes, she do. Yes, the
And
baby
by
do.
default, my sister gets to rest.
So we ain't seen you in a minute and everything. You want to share what's been going on? You can talk about it or not.
Well,
Um,
yeah, I mean, I won't keep it. I don't want to bring the show down. It's Tall Tale Thursday. Let's just say there's been some life changes happening. Some that I initiated for certain. Another one that just has kind of left me reflecting on a lot of things, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, like when one door closes, another better opportunity, another door opens for another one. And given that I'm owning my relapse and acknowledging it only because right now that's the phase that I'm in. And part of the things and the storm and the wave that has come up is that consequences of my actions, and maybe this is God doing for me what I could not do for myself. So while there are like big things happening, I know I have you, I have Hakeem I can talk to after the show, because there are a lot of things happening that I think it's prompted me to being really uncomfortable makes me get really honest with myself. And you know that, because Althea and why I love Althea. I mean, we haven't even known each other yet for a year, but we're going to have an anniversary. I'm going to sing Tony songs to you. It's our anniversary. I'm going to send you flowers and serenade you, Althea, because for her,
wow.
she's a beautiful human being, because Althea and I speak openly, honestly, and even when her and I are picking on the fact that you love me, you don't see my skin color. This is why I love you. Because you don't. Because every once in a while, I'm poking at the white people. She's like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, well, and I love you for that. I love you. We can have, Althea and I get into somewhat uncomfortable conversations, but as soon as we're done, we're hugging and kissing one another. I'm like, I love you. I love you that I could do this, and we laugh. We then laugh at it too, right? Like when we've poked at one another. To me, that's what an adult friendship is, and having her and now Hakeem and Amali and everyone that has embraced me, this has made me feel blessed. And even though it could be very scary very soon, it's nothing that I don't believe I can't handle with my friends and my family that are finally talking to me again. My mommy loves me again, everyone. My mommy loves me.
Your mother ain't never stopped loving you.
Thank you. Tell her again, Hakeem.
Your mother never stopped loving you. That's one part of the family. The mother ain't gonna never stop loving you. Your father ain't gonna stop loving you, but he ain't gonna deal with a lot of stuff though.
Yeah.
But the mother is the nourishment, so she gonna put up with more, because
Yeah,
the mother is the nourishment.
I have to say, my parents have taught me a couple of lessons. And one thing, like, I know, like, my father's my king. My father will be my king for until the day he goes on. Because I told Althea about my father. My father has to put up with me, and y'all have seen my comedy. My sister, my mother, and my mother is I'm my mother's daughter. I'm like looking at my mother. Some days it's like, that's my future. Like, I know it. Like, I'm looking at my mother's looking at me, and I'm like, wow, we're the same. But my father is such a kind, he's, again, I'm not going to say he hasn't been like without fault, but my father is a type of man that I've yet to meet, because my father is he's the peacekeeper. He's the peacekeeper between the family, between the girls. And he has an amazing way of just keeping us all calm. And for me, I'm daddy's little girl. So now, here I am now as a 46-year-old woman comparing every man to my daddy. And I'm like, nope. I'm like, because I know, like, that's what it's taught me. I mean, I know my fathers have a tough role. I don't necessarily discount what they do, but sometimes, you know, again, there's the balance that happens with the father, with the mother, with the king, with the queen. You know, they got to, in my opinion, they got to rule together, you know, and when we start getting, you know, I feel like I have parents that are both. While I wouldn't want to have a relationship like theirs because they're like The Odd Couple or Archie Bunker, they're like constantly like this. It's fun to watch. I would more want to have like a best friend partner kind of thing, but they worked. They've been married for 53 years. 53 years. And they still, my parents, like, it's, to me, that's a tall tale because I was only married for 13 years and I've been a slash and burn kind of a person when I've been in like situations where I've had to have relationships. Althea knows. It's hard. So again, you know, I don't know where I was going with all this, but I'm just going to say I love my father. My father's a good man, and it's very hard for me to date because of that. There, I'm admitting it. You know, who doesn't want to be treated? What woman does? Again, if you're a daddy's girl, you want to be treated like your father treated you. You know, and in my case, Hakeem, all I would have to do is go, Daddy, please, Daddy. And I bat my eyes at him like, please, Daddy. He'd be like, okay, fine, Michelle, fine. Here's some money. Go get ice cream and leave me alone. That's how I grew up.
So in other words, she was spoiled. That's it.
Most girls are spoiled when it comes to the man. The father, you know,
spoiled, period. Not just, you know, but that's not a. No,
it could be a father because I look at my daughter; she is rotten. And can nobody tell her what to do?
But that's not a bad thing. They used to say that I was spoiled rotten because of my grandfather. It was like, oh, Wade ruined you, whatever that means. Wade ruined you. You Wade's mess. I was spoiled with love. Michelle was fortunate enough to have the love and lucrative parents that had finances, so they was able to get the full spectrum of being spoiled. Yeah. I just got the little part of being spoiled, and we still drinking out of jelly jars. But that's okay. That's okay. You ever grow up in a household but none of your damn cups and shit matched?
Yeah.
You know, it was a time where, you know, I was saying when I got out on my own, I'm gonna have all of my stuff gonna match. Forget that, you know, you think you made it to the big league, get my own plate, my first apartment, my cups and my plate, and I got sauces. All of that match. You know, that was the thing in my head. And I'm gonna have my bowls gonna match and my spoons and stuff, you know, when you buy your little sets. But I grew up where we had tumblers that we done got from someplace, and you keep washing that joker out and put it in the cabinet. We collected every 4, the Welch's Grape, every 6 of them, I think, of the Scooby-Doo collection, and the jelly jars, and that was your cup.
We had those too. Yep. And my mother used to get, like, there was a grocery store, what was it, Wallbaum's? I think it was called Wallbaum's on Staten Island. And like around Thanksgiving, they would give you coupons and you can get like China sets. And that's how initially we had, like, my mother built up, you know, the dishes we were eating, which again, no big deal. Did you send away for when Nesquik, remember when Nesquik had the bunny? And you can get the little bunny plastic cup if you saved enough of the UPC codes. We were always doing that. Like the Bazooka, remember the Bazooka Joe comics you would save up as a kid? And you can mail them in and get the comics. We did all kinds of crazy things like that. All the soda cans we collected. My father used to have me and my sister be the lookout so he could strip cars for parts when we lived in Brooklyn.
That's some criminal stuff now. That's
what? Hey, it was just sitting there. It was just in there out there. It was just in there. Nobody was using it. They were going to take it to the junkyard anyway.
But he became a baker, but he's stripping cars, but he's a baker.
My father wanted to be an electrician, he told me, but he's colorblind. So he wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the black, red, or green wire. So he's like, you know, I knew I was going to electrocute myself. And by the way, who was his helper in his eyes when we were doing electrical work out there?
Yeah, this is Tall Tale Thursday for real. Y'all heard of a baker stripping cars for parts? Look, he was a criminal and working for the criminals. A criminal working for the criminals.
Yo, we had to eat. It was the 80s. It was the 80s in Brooklyn. Come on.
Well, in my neighborhood, when you wanted money, you wasn't stripping pots. You was hustling. It was like Little Wayne said, little duffel bag boy. But back when I was growing up, all they was hustling was, well, all that I know that they were hustling was weed. But of course, there was bigger stuff out there that they was hustling, like the coca. Before the '80s hit and it took off, the crack epidemic. I guess it's a Tall Tale Thursday. Hakeem, how many of us, you too, Michelle, do you personally know a crackhead? Might even be related to a crackhead. Raise your finger.
I know some crackheads.
And personally know them or might even be related to them. Yeah. Did you know about the crack, Michelle? Or did y'all just do the straight up powder?
No, there were people in my neighborhood. It was definitely on the block, and there was like my neighbor at one point, I think, had like a cousin or an uncle that was coming by, and we'd see that, but it wasn't like super often. Most of the time, I'm gonna say, I mean, we didn't. I know of people more as I got older and once I left Staten Island, but then again, there were friends that I had that were going in and out of rehab too when I was a teen. So hey.
But they was rehabbing off of coke, straight, the snort.
It was alcohol. I mean, I think it was alcohol, and I think, see, I live too close to Andrews.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Not that mad, but yeah, I mean, no, seriously. When I was in high school, when I was a freshman in high school, my friends that I had in public school, there were a couple of people between drinking weed and there was something else that they were doing. I can't remember. But there was something else. I think it might have been. They liked the way something smelled.
Oh, that's cocaine.
16, 17 years old, I had friends that were going to rehab. I had a friend at 16 that hung himself because he got bad grades. Yeah, that was like, I didn't even know what to say. One of my best friend, my friend Rudy, after our friend did that, him and his family wound up moving away because that's how hard it hit them. Like they wound up leaving Staten Island, and it hit all of us really hard because we were only 16 years old, and that was something where we were all like, he was, God rest his kid's soul, he was the happiest kid in the bunch. He was the joker. He was just a funny, cute, adorable kid with the dark hair and the blue eyes. That might be my kryptonite. But when we all found out that because he had gotten some bad grades, and that's what drove him, because he was in a private school and he didn't feel like he was measuring up to his brothers. I mean, it's been a long time, but that's kind of the story. That's the story that I remember. It was, I did not expect that to happen at 16. And again, look, I grew up on Staten Island. I was going to a private school at the time. And then there were two girls that disappeared our senior year of high school. They started wearing bigger and bigger sweaters. And again, I went to a Catholic high school. The Virgin Mary was a thing. She had Jesus, right? And their sweaters are getting bigger and bigger. They disappear. They're not at graduation. Come to find out, they had kids.
Wow. Well, that was the tall tale that was true, I guess, in all colored neighborhoods, white people, black people. Back then, when it comes to having babies, your family would ship you off to a relative to live with as you got bigger, so you can have the baby. So that's that. I think they practice that across the board, especially if you're not married. You're not going to bring no shame on that name.
Yeah. And again, it's funny to me, though. Don't you think it's funny, Healthy? You're not going to bring any shame on the name, but babies are blessings, right? After the baby comes along, everybody's like, the baby's here, look at the baby, love the baby. But the young girl, the young mother, the young woman, until the baby has arrived, they're like, ugh. That was heartbreaking. I still talk to one of the girls that actually left high school. We are very good friends. We don't see each other for like a year or two, but when we get together, it's like we never separated. So it was the way life, the way things happen when you're younger, and then when I sit back and reflect and look at things, it's like, Everybody's a little messed up in my head, because I told you, Catholic private schools, the audacity. The school I went to out the student parking lot was getting broken into, not the teacher parking lot. The student parking lot had not that cars were that much nicer than the teachers' cars. That the student parking lot was getting broken into.
The private school, bunch of spoiled kids. Y'all had a little money, a little cheddar, and the criminals knew who was irresponsible and probably left their door open or easy to break it through. So that's you know, that's all that says. Hakeem, what you think? Listening to the story.
Well, like DJ Slicky Voodoo, like he said that the crack,
Woo-boo.
Oh, woo boo. My bad, voodoo. My bad, DJ. I'm swear for goodness, I ain't trying to mess nobody's name up, brother. But the comment he said is true. You know, that because the crack was created to kill us as the black, but it did not work, and that is true. You know, a lot of stuff that it floats over to the other race, you know, but it's always been coming into our neighborhood, into our children, you know, to keep that community, to keep us down, keep us wanting, keep us begging, and to break up the homes, you know. That was a crack epidemic, and it was terrible, you know. Women pregnant, you know, smoking crack, you know what I'm saying? People doing anything for crack, selling their kids for crack. I seen it all with that crack epidemic, man. I really did. I seen how people took over a whole apartment buildings and people houses that got on crack. I seen my stepfather. This is a true story. Central Quarters. Everybody know about Central Quarters in DC.
Central Quarters, yeah. We live right across the street from what my cousin did. Central Quarters.
Took this man whole business because he smoked crack. And when my stepfather took over the business, the dude would never get paid because he owed so much money. And he got all of us, that was my stepfather, me, my brothers, and all of us stepbrothers. We had a job. And what Slicky Voodoo saying is that they tried to get us, but it didn't work. We flipped it. One thing about us, we resilient. You know, we can be in a bad situation, and next thing you know, we use that situation, flip the script, and we on the come up. But that's the come up that they left us with, thinking that we wasn't gonna come up with. You know what I'm saying? What the tall tale is this here. When a person get locked up for crack, he gonna get twice as much time than a person get caught with powder. But it's the same thing, just cooked up.
Yeah.
That don't make sense, because to me, it's that cocaine that's more dangerous than the powder. You know, but that's derived to catch us, just like they was locking up the people that was using it, just like they was the dealers. That was for us. That's where the injustice come from. You know, it wasn't us. It was injustice. It was and I don't like to see color, because you can't help the skin that you're born in. The only thing you could do is control your actions as a person, period. And how you treat people. I can't help the skin I'm born in, but I can help how I treat people. And a lot of us, the way we treat people is a reflection of how we were treated or bred or brainwashed or programmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I have to say, sitting in this, what I have observed going in and out of certain rooms, and the one thing why I say I'm grateful and blessed to be an alcoholic over someone who is battling a dependency on a chemical, like, you know, again, I've seen like documentaries, I've watched the TV shows that show like the interventions and stuff, and to see how these people change. I mean, I was down when I was away a few weeks ago. I was talking to a woman and she admitted, I still smoke crack every once in a while. And it's like, oh, and I gave her a hug and I took a selfie with her and I gave her one of my cigarettes because she walked over and started sniffing. And I'm like, you want a cigarette? I'm like, okay. But, you know, it's when you start talking to the people, you know, and they are human beings. They are human beings, and they're human beings battling, in my opinion, a real nasty demon. A real nasty demon, because for me, alcohol is hard. You know, I'm not going to lie. And I'm not going to lie that I enjoy now having an allergy to it. But
time out, Michelle.
What?
Why would this is somebody that's in they used to be work with you? Why would a stranger that you don't know share that?
No, I wasn't saying that. What do you mean a stranger?
I mean,
I wasn't talking about work.
Why would a girl? Because everything is a conspiracy to me.
No,
my mind is be set up. I wouldn't be sharing. I smoke crack every once in a while.
No, it was a homeless woman. She was a homeless woman I was talking to.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I should have said that. I was speaking with a homeless woman that morning.
When you were
Her name was Pat.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was smoking a cigarette, and she had a towel wrapped around her head out there, and I saw her nose poke out, like she was sniffing, and that's why I was like, "You want a cigarette?" I was like, "Here you go," and we started talking. And she started sharing about herself. And she was telling me she used to be a truck driver. She went to a homeless shelter and was having dinner. And the soup was so hot, it burned down her like esophagus. And she lifts up her shirt and shows me her scar. And I'm like, oh, damn, lady. And she's still ticking. She was laughing. She was cracking jokes. She offered me her towel, and I put it in a plastic bag, and I took it home and washed it because I felt bad. I know, you wouldn't have done that. But still, it was like sitting there and talking to her. And again, she had nothing. She didn't have to give me the towel that she was using to keep herself dry. All I did was give her a cigarette and talk to her for like 10, 15 minutes. And, you know, in my mind there, I'm like, I'm talking to a woman. Again, I struggle with my own personal demon. And again, I look at every human being now, being that I've sat in the room and I've seen these other people. Like, that's just not me, not yet, because for me, that's a reality. That is a reality because I've admitted the thing that I have and I have to work on it. You've seen me out there when we go out. So it's just something that for people, it's a struggle every day. And honestly, like what they said with these drugs, because it went, I don't know if you guys will agree or disagree, but it was crack in the 80s and the fentanyl. Now, you know, the fentanyl now.
Well, fentanyl.
It's crazy.
Yeah, fentanyl they're using to cut a lot of stuff. You just got to be careful. You know, that's people just trying to make money off. Just trying to make things really just mess the whole game up. The thing with fentanyl, you know, is a powerful drug, and only a little bit can touch you and kill you. That's how powerful the drug.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just a drop get on your finger, you can die. Can you imagine something that laying around and you got kids in the house and they touch it?
Yeah, that's insanity.
You know, but some things that we do is unnecessary. It really is. Just, you know, but we're in an unnecessary world. This world is unnecessary, the things that they do and what they project and what they give us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised of all the stories. But I got a tall tale story. I got two of them. One is, do y'all remember the Boogeyman?
Yeah.
Y'all remember the Boogeyman? Did anybody ever see the Boogeyman?
Is it a movie? I mean, it's a movie.
No, I'm talking about the Boogeyman. You remember when you was a kid and you say that we gotta get in the house before the Boogeyman comes? You never had that fear? Boogeyman, the Bunny Man. Remember the Bunny Man?
Yeah, I remember him. And the Boogeyman be under your bed and in the closet.
Right. And Bunny Man around Easter time, you be like, man, I'm going to the house, get the house before the Bunny Man comes.
we be outside like, oh, I see something in the wood. Everybody take off running. It's the Bunny Man.
And by tomorrow, everybody talking about they just seen the boogeyman or the bunny man.
Yeah.
Ain't seen nothing.
Like my mother would tell me to stay in bed.
It's mass
Stay in bed.
hysteria.
Stay in
mass
bed if you don't want the boogeyman to get you.
Yeah.
That's a tall tale. Well, did you see the bunny man?
I ain't never seen him, but I always claimed that we was every time we ran from him, he was coming at us.
Somebody seen him, and we ran in groups. If one child run, we all run. That's how we do.
Right.
Say, there goes such and such. Everybody run. And we don't know what
Hey,
we
Marty, see, Marty's so young. Marty said, y'all scared of bunnies? Man, back in the when you was Bunny Man.
In the woods.
Man, Bunny Man was serious back then.
Yeah, he was a serial killer. They had a bunny.
Man, Bunny Man was serious back then, boy.
That was like, y'all scared of bunnies. Yeah. He was like, oh, and don't forget this. You can't say Bloody Mary. That was before Candyman came out. We grew up with Bloody Mary, did we not?
Yeah.
Right. Remember you can't look in the mirror and say Bloody Mary 3 times with the light on, right?
So you had to turn it off. Was it off or on?
No, you turn it off.
And you had to do it at a certain time, right?
No, you didn't have to do it at a certain time.
You just got to be in the bathroom dark and say Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times.
And what is that?
I remember that stuff.
No, thank you.
And you be seeing it. I never did. I said, I ain't messing around with it. I'll be too scared to do it. And they was like, she come out.
Now, speaking of mirrors.
Yeah.
I want somebody to try this. If Marty can try this, he gonna be excited. When you go in front of your mirror,
yeah,
put something in front of the mirror, right? Put it on the mirror, paper or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And put something behind that paper, right? And if you look in the side of the mirror, you know you can still see the object.
I've never tried that, but now I'm gonna have to.
It's spooky because how the heck the mirror can see behind that paper?
I think it's an optic illusion. It's how we look in our eyes. Just like stuff in our eyes is upside down. I guess when we look to the side, I guess it can switch it around or whatever like that. Because why do we look upside down when you look at yourself in a spoon? Y'all ever notice that? Look at your reflection in the spoon, you're upside down.
Oh, come on. That's hurting my head. That's early in the morning for this.
It's the optic. No, it's the optics. Those type of optic illusions. Y'all never looked at yourself in the phone before?
Oh, do you know what about those images that you had to stare into? You had to just like stare at that one point to see the rest of the picture. Remember those?
Yeah, and it looked like the picture be moving or stuff like that.
Yes.
Look, we had a game called Stare Eyes. You had to look at each other's eyes and not blink. That was Stare Eyes. I used to be the champion at Stare Eyes. They thought something was wrong with me. Easy. Something wrong with that girl.
They thought, I've seen you perform, Althea. I've seen you perform. I've seen you pull a lot of things out of that voluptuous bosom of yours.
Well, let me tell you guys, this is Tall Tale Thursday. We do have a video we want to share. And then Hakeem, you could tell us the other Tall Tale that you got. Now, I love music, right? And let the video speak for itself. Slicky, stick around for this. Did you know this? DJ Slicky Woo Boo. Show him on.
Jesus.
Did the Notorious B.I.G. steal his entire persona, flow, name, and hit single Juicy from a Mississippi rapper back in 1993, a full year before Biggie ever came out? Let's discuss. Now, I don't want to do this. I'm a New Yorker. I think Biggie's an icon. It's like telling a little kid Santa Claus doesn't exist, but God damn it, I'm a newsman. So back in 1993, a rapper named the Notorious B1, a.k.a. Big Daddy, came out with this single.
I never thought about the keys that I sold. I moved a few 20s, but me, that was plenty.
I was
was too used to packing gats and stuff. Now honeys play me close like butter play coke.
And a full year later, we get the Notorious B.I.G., a.k.a. Big Papa, basically putting out the same song, even rapping from the Mississippi down to the East Coast. It's only been mentioned a couple times on smaller rap podcasts. And I know people are going to say this happens all the time in the rap game with reference tracks and ghostwriting. This is basically the greatest rapper of all time, and we find out that he launched his career as a fraud. And apparently, the only thing B1 has ever said is this alleged email or letter where he acknowledges that Biggie jacked his whole style, but that after he was murdered, he left it alone. I don't believe that, man. This was the guy being called the greatest rapper of all time, and it's your sound, and you didn't speak up until after he was murdered? No. This was early 90s Puffy as an A&R who was scratching and clawing, trying to make it big, who found this guy, stole his whole style, and said, we'll give you a percentage of the money we make if you keep your mouth shut. And this guy, B1, has been back in Mississippi ever since with closed lips and a stack full of cash.
Wow.
Now, my thing is, okay, I believe it, but so what? It happens. And B.I.G., Puffy gave him the A&R, but he still had to perform it and had to entertain the masses with whatever that guy wrote on paper. So that's the talented part. There's a lot of ghostwriters, a lot of people that punch up stuff for people and do stuff. And then it's a twofold thing. I'm writing, I'm performing, or I'm writing and you performing it in the back. And that's just, that's not stealing, that's collaborating. I like that. How do you feel, Hakeem?
Well, I look at it like this. I don't put nothing past anybody, who's out here, making music, trying to do music. I know how serious people get when it comes to that. But if it was a deal and it was signed to get that to Biggie, then nothing should have been said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why dude ain't saying nothing. He getting paid to be a ghostwriter. Shoot, I don't want.
But let me ask you this: why the reporter up there reporting like something wrong?
Because the reporter, hey, that is a big question to me. Why is he reporting like something wrong? Because he said it himself at the end. He was the guy could have been a ghostwriter, and he's making money. And if you making money off what I'm right, take it. Make us some money. Maybe you can perform it or finesse it better than I can. I ain't gonna get mad. But the reporter, because he's trying to cause division and confusion. You want people to be like, to keep Biggie stole this. I ain't gonna shit on nobody. I ain't gonna shit on no man's name.
Ooh,
but Biggie was good at what Biggie did, and that is entertaining.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it's entertainment. That's why it's the entertainment industry. I agree with I agree with you guys. It's just like if they're collaborating together, and the same thing like with you and I, we throw stuff back and forth. And
wait a minute, whose phone is that? Is that a phone?
Not mine.
Is that you, Hakeem?
I'm on my.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn it off.
Oh, I'm like, is he playing a song on the radio? He trying to play the piano?
Yeah, I don't know. And again, why he's telling it the way it is, maybe if he's a reporter, I sometimes feel they report on things to stir the pot a little bit. Yeah. And again, he could have changed his tone in how he was speaking and delivering that message. He could have said, this is information. Again, the letter explains at the end, I think explains it all, where it was like, hey, this is what we did. And again, maybe B1, the guy out of Mississippi there, was good with writing his music, with sharing his music, but knew he didn't want to have that kind of public notoriety. Because once you blow up, y'all have seen it. I've watched pop culture, I believe. Once you blow up, your life is gone. Literally.
Yeah, that's true.
Your privacy.
That is true.
Maybe that guy in Mississippi knew enough, was like, you know what? He was going to get paid regardless. He was getting paid. He made a deal. He negotiated. That was his intellectual property. If he talked to Biggie and was like, man, you know what? I respect you. Maybe he liked his style, whatever. But again, they might have negotiated something behind the scenes that we don't know about it. And this guy down in Mississippi is getting paid. and living probably what in his mind, what he defines as this is what I want. This is a good life, like his best life.
It ain't no
His
problem.
music is getting out there. His music is still getting out there. He may not be delivering it, but he's seeing how people react. He's watching Biggie blow up. He's, again, it's a different perspective for some people, And again, do I want to be like, Bible one day? I mean, shit, why not? This is Althea. We have big dreams. I'll do it for you.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be. I just want to be financially secure. You can keep all the fame and people, all the paparazzi.
Exactly. Hey, I'm saying I know.
Stack my money.
I get it. But I'm just saying, look how expensive things are these days. And you say, remember, you have high cholesterol, high pressure. What else?
Don't tell my joke.
High anxiety. I'm just saying, you're expensive, baby. You're expensive. I gotta take care of you.
She's telling it wrong. She's telling my joke. Don't leak my joke. Don't tell my joke. That's the joke that I do, that I tell the world, really? That she done got it out there, that I'm high maintenance.
You said it here before, you silly woman.
I know I'm high maintenance because the doctor told me I have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high sugar. Hell, he told me I was high risk. That makes me high maintenance. That's the joke. That's what she was trying to say, y'all.
But again, is it a joke out there? Is it? Are you not going to be expensive? Baby, I got to take care of you. I want my baby girl to have a good life.
You take care of me by taking care of yourself. That's how you got to stop with hoe. Don't worry about me. You got to take care of yourself first.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I hopped on here for an hour, because I'm recharging my battery a little bit, because I got to go when we're done. I got to go inside and throw away some things and pack up my stuff. And I have to say, I got to give a shout out. Can I give a shout out?
Sure.
Because I got to give a shout out to Habitat for Humanity, because all I had to do was send an email and send them all the pictures of the things that I wanted to get away. And this lovely woman, Noelle, was like, sure, we'll take them. So I got it scheduled. I just need help from a couple of friends. If anybody can help me on June 28th, I'd appreciate it.
to move. Then how does Habitat work? Don't you donate? Are you giving it to them?
I'm donating it, yeah. Because at this point, yeah, I was trying to sell it. And I told you, like, right now I'm in a position where I need to get rid of it quickly. And I'm overwhelmed by a lot of things right now.
She got some nice furniture, y'all.
Yeah, you know what? Karma. Donating it all to Habitat for Humanity is for me. There's going to be a family that it's going to go into a home. My stuff's only like a year old. So, I mean, I don't feel bad about doing it, because at least it'll be put to good use then. Okay. I mean, I gotta, life is about making decisions and trade-offs. And for me, I'm not gonna go into detail, but right now the situation that I'm in, for me, managing stress is doing what the most easiest thing, baby steps thing is. Like baby steps, like that movie, What About Bob? Baby steps. That's kind of where I am right now. As long I've set a goal to cross out 3-4 things that I want to do for myself each day, I get that done. And I told my parents, this is why I'm going, hanging out with Althea, because then that's my time to relax and celebrate that I took care of myself that day. Yay!
Okay. Hakeem, what you got to say about that?
I mean, you do what you got to do, I mean, God give us a lot of stuff. We attain a lot of things in our, in our travels in our life. And, sometimes that, another person treasures, another person trash, another person trash, another person treasure.
Yeah.
It's all about helping and extending for families who don't have, if they ain't nothing but a year old, that will help a family,
But most people, what we do, we put our stuff in storage until we're going to keep our stuff. We were like, let me put this in storage and pay the storage fee.
But I did what Michelle did before. When I left when I left corporate America, far as this particular business, and I moved to Florida, I wasn't gonna take all that stuff down there. I'm starting over, so some things I sold, some things I boom, gave it to people. You know, and a lot of people that came on my place, they used to like my stuff because I had nice stuff. So a lot of people said what they liked. They didn't know in my mind I was gonna give it to them. Because I was leaving. I was going to another state to live for a while. So
Yeah.
I did the same thing. Yeah, so it's a good feeling too. You know that you done help somebody else and what they want. Yeah.
Good morning,
Let me
Phoenix.
ask you something. Let
I
me
just
ask you
saw
something,
what
Reese.
Molly said.
Great
Did
day,
y'all
panel. How are you?
Hey, there she go. What's up, sunshine?
Molly said
How
white
y'all
people
doing?
steal music, y'all mad, but when black people do it, it's cool.
Do what?
The man didn't steal the music, Molly. Stealing is still. I don't believe nobody's stealing, but the man got paid off of this, so that's different. They wasn't stealing; they was collaborating. No,
And
I
so,
get
Reese,
paid.
if somebody comes steal all your jokes and then they say, look, we're going to just pay you this because we stole your shit, that's okay?
No, it's not. Well, yeah, because they
It's
paid
still
for it. So they
stealing. Just because
steal
they
it and
paid
don't give
for
us
it don't make it
nothing.
okay. They stole his work. He could have made more money. I don't know. Like I said, if it was white people, y'all would have been like, he stole this style because Elvis stole the dude Otis Blackwell.
Yep,
And
I'm about
everybody
to
was
say that.
pissed off about it's the same thing. Elvis paid them off to keep his mouth
Yeah,
shut. But y'all was still like, it don't matter. He could have da. We got to get out of that. Biggie stole that man whole style, basically took his life. This man, that probably was his dream to be a rapper. Now he's saying his style be one of the best artists to ever do it, and it's okay because they paid them off. I don't get it.
It must be okay with that person. That's that. He ain't do
nah,
nothing about it.
Okay.
no. I see what Molly's saying, which is true because the bottom line, they stole it and they paid for what they stole. That's true. He got money for it, but it ain't always about the money. It's about that was his baby. That's who
Molly
he
said
was.
it's about color, Hakeem. Molly said that we are okay.
No, what I'm
She
saying is,
ain't comprehending
that's what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying. Reese ain't comprehending
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
I'm reading what you
yeah,
said.
but
You
that's
said
what
No,
he's
I'm
white
saying.
saying if
people
it was the
steal music.
opposite, you would look at it
Right,
differently. But I'm saying it ain't about
exactly.
color. They stole. It's wrong. Period. They shouldn't have took that man's style. Elvis shouldn't
I
have did
agree.
it, or Biggie shouldn't have did it. It don't matter. They paid him. At the end of the day, he can't do his art. He got to sit back and watch
Yep,
Right.
somebody else be him, and that was for
Yeah, that's
what,
it.
one song or something.
that's true.
Don't matter what he do after that, they're gonna say he stole that from Biggie. So they stole
Yep.
that. But if you don't see that, I get it.
No, I can see.
No, I'm just reading what you said right here, and that's in black and white because you spoke black and white. You said white people do it, y'all mad. Black people do it, y'all cool. That's all. I was reading this. That's all. So I'm glad you up there. Y'all can interpret it because I was just talking about the comment.
Yeah. That's not cool.
And even still, y'all know, Diddy had something to do with all that.
Right. It had something to do with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I don't care music or whatever. This type of dude is like this. Why y'all keep dealing with him? That's what I say.
Diddy because of the money.
That's just been a flunky. Just somebody who looking for attention and just get grabbed any kind of way. So I don't know, man. I just don't think like the average person, man. I'm just not gonna get myself caught up in all that. I would have told him no. I would have blasted.
The hustle.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes somebody comes to you with a bag and you're in a certain situation, that's how they get you.
Yep.
Because Molly is right. Elvis Presley stole a whole CeeLo the same way. The same way. A lot of them do it, And then, we just got to we got to understand, we can't have favoritism on one side and against the other side. That's basically what Molly's saying. And I understand that.
Yeah.
I truly understand that.
I'm going to tell you
Now,
right now, I am prejudiced. And if you look up the definition, what prejudice means, yes, I am, but I am not a racist. Those are two different things. And everybody on this panel and out there is prejudiced against something. Look up them
That's
two
true.
words and get
That's
back
true.
up.
Yeah.
That's true.
We always favor a side. We do that with
All
our
right,
body.
this is
We favor one side of our body more so than the other side.
Yeah. So you're
all
saying
right.
we're
This is
prejudiced
another
against our
tall tale.
bodies?
I don't know if anybody know this. Molly might know. Who was originally the richest person in the world?
Who was
King
originally
Mansa Musa
person?
from Mali.
Huh?
King Mansa
Huh?
Musa.
That's right. People
Who?
don't know about that.
Tell him,
I
Reese.
do.
Reese knows. She
Yeah, he was
history buff.
extreme. He was the richest. Yeah, he was extremely wealthy with
Yeah.
money and cattle. You know, he had all that land, everything.
Yeah. When he come in other people town and country, he make inflation happen.
We did a show
The
about
economy
it
just
a few months
dropped.
ago. So everybody on the panel, if they paid attention, everybody on the panel and out there in the listening audience should know because we did a story on a few months ago. Did we, Molly?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
The richest, more than Bill Gates.
That ever lived.
All the three jokers put together.
I'm gonna throw
The
up.
richest person that ever lived.
Ugh.
Yep. And they was like, man, what no poor in his kingdom. And he gave to the greedy Europeans.
Yeah, he gave to everybody.
Well,
And they
why
wanted
you didn't
to
give any to
kill
me?
And they came in there
Yeah.
and said and he was from Mali. And wait a minute, Timbuktu is the institution, the learning institute. Okay, see, you know, I was like, wait a minute, hold on, what's the Timbuktu right there in Mali?
That's right.
I learned that because when I was trying to research the history background, when they say that I'm from Mali, and I had to read, that's how I came across Mansa Musa. I was like, oh man, and all that he had, I'm like, wow, richest person ever
That ever lived.
That's crazy. I did not know about that person. That really, you know, the people who have so much money, you don't even have to think about money, really makes me boggles my mind. Can you imagine waking up? Because right now I'm not in that situation. I very much would like to be. But could you imagine waking up? Right out there, imagine waking up and not have to be like, oh, I'm going to do whatever I want to do today. I'm not thinking about my checking account.
Well, it was different. He didn't have money. He had gold. He didn't have money. He had gold.
That's more because money, fiat has no value actually.
Right, money don't have no value.
Gold, silver,
He had gold.
land. He had assets.
Yes. And back then, this is before paper money. So,
wow.
Well, money don't have no value right now today. I can write you a note on a piece of paper for $20 and saying I promise to give you $20. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people got to do their history, man. Is another one a lot of people don't know. America was originally called Morocco. And then they tell you all these stories about Morocco and how it's ancient and all the gods and all these people was walking on there, but they talking about America. That's why it's more pyramids here than actually in Egypt.
It froze. What you say? All I heard was America was called Morocco, and then my computer froze up. What you say?
Probably because Louisa got kicked out, I think. Now, I was saying a lot of people don't know that, you know, and then they tell you stories about Morocco, about all of these ancient people that lived in Morocco and did all these miracle things, but they talking about America. That's why a lot of the pyramids is mostly here. It's more pyramids here than actually Egypt, and we go over there looking at the pyramids, now understanding that it's older. We old over here for real.
Yeah, this is everything was connected, and this was also Turtle Island. So it's just so much that we don't know. Yeah, this used to be considered Turtle Island.
In history, with their story, that Amerigo Vespucci discovered America. That's where you get the name America from, for Amerigo, and all this stuff. And Afrikaners discovered Africa and all this other. That's where you get the name this and that from, this and that. They make up stories as they go. Did you see
There
this?
was no such thing as discovery of land. The thing is, you came over here. People have been in these areas forever. We
Yeah,
traveled the land, we traveled the world, but we never took ownership because the earth belongs to
To
itself.
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
But some greedy people, they felt as though I'm gonna take what you got, I'm gonna move you off of this, and this mine, this mine.
Yeah.
Like, really? Is
Greedy
that what
people.
you want to do? Like
Greedy
the
people
Indian
is
people
called.
have to say, you want to
Greedy
buy
people.
the pie?
Greedy people is called capitalism.
Say it again. You ain't never lied.
Capitalize
This is
over
Paul
everything.
Show Thursday, but you ain't
Yeah.
never
You
lied.
gotta think, what do y'all do when y'all get a pet? Y'all name it,
And take
y'all clothe
ownership.
it, do whatever, y'all take
Put a
ownership.
collar
And
on.
that's what people do when they colonize a place. If they conquer a place, they name it after themselves. So Africanus, he
Exactly.
conquered Africa. So he named it Africa, after himself, So whoever came here, Amerigo, whatever his name was, he named it America. That's
Yeah,
what people do. They name
America.
because
streets after
Africa
themselves.
used to be called Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women.
So, I mean, it makes sense. We still do that to this day. We claim things, name it
But
after.
people don't realize.
So,
People don't
yeah.
realize everything started. That's the resource. Is Africa.
Mm.
The cradle
That's
of
the resource.
civilization.
That
They know that because they call it the cradle of civilization. Everybody know that. The world know that. They call it the cradle of civilization. I just want to know how you gonna get a black Jesus out of Africa. I mean, I'm sorry, a white
Yeah,
Jesus
I'm about to
out of
say
Africa.
that's easy.
I mean, I said it
right.
backwards.
I'm going to say one
You
thing
said
I
that's
do see
easy.
outside.
Look, that's what I'm saying. Exactly, that's easy.
Yeah.
But how you gonna get a white Jesus out of
And
Africa with long straight hair and blue eyes? How you gonna get that
And see,
out of Africa?
yeah,
It said,
it's
the world and
easy.
all this.
It's easy. I know how they get them, because
They
a lot
wrote
of
it in.
people, it's
What
just they don't
Hakeem said
understand
yesterday?
what. What he say?
Hakeem yesterday, he said, "You know, it's a person because they made him white."
right.
Nah,
It's
it's
like
just they got the same human structure as us, and that's what a lot of people understand. Jesus can be white, black, Chinese, no matter what color he is, because the human body
right.
got 33 vertebrae, and what we gotta understand is the bottom of your feet is your soul. That's where you get that word, and then you
Hmm.
at the heel, your heel, so you in hell, and then your head is the heaven. So all you got to do is meditate, pray, whatever it is you do, and get from that low frequency. And we want to ascend to your highest frequency, basically it's your
Hmm.
crown chakra. And when you do that, you go through the 33 vertebrae, and then you reach your high peak. Jesus did that. He
Hmm.
died at 33. That's all they talking about. He reached 33 vertebrae. Once you reach your highest peak, you die and you ascend again. That's why he came back to life. That's why Santa Claus always go down the chimney. Everything is about the same story, but they give it in different ways, and now they make them characters. But anybody can be Jesus. It's just being your higher self. So that's what it's all about. That's why people got to really look into the human body. That's where you get the word hell from, the word heaven from. That's where you get the word Allah from. Arm, leg, arm, head. You are Allah. You are God, but you only can become Jesus or God if you actually meditate and practice on self. Stop eating that bullshit, the animal flesh. There's a lot of things they do to us. They keep us at a low frequency. That's why a lot of people can party and get along together. When it comes to violence, they like that shit because they all at the same frequency. But when it comes to people at a high sync, they find them lame or they born because we can't click. We on different frequencies. But I'm telling you, that's how you become Jesus. Anybody can be Jesus. You just gotta be your higher self. That's who Jesus is.
Yeah.
How do you know what frequency you're on when you're talking about frequencies? How do you know what you're
Easy,
on?
easy. Like if you know that if you was addicted to like sex or eating meat, like that's something you got to get past. Now you don't care for those things as much no more. You at a high state. You already know. You'll
Yeah,
feel
that
different.
means you came out of your what's that, your root or your sacral chakra. A
Yeah,
lot of the frequencies of music keep you in your sacral, keep you at that bottom part of your chakra line. We
Mm.
have to evolve each level. So your sacral, your root, all that, your heart, all of that has to be opened up, and you have to travel, like Molly said, through each one of them and you repeat again because things happen and you have to heal from each part of things, each part of those traumatic experiences or the trauma that happened due to that experience. Now, the frequency of music, they keep it so low so they can keep you distracted and not allow you to open up to elevate. The thing is, though, what we must remember, the highest and most important frequency or vibration is love. If you operate in love, you'll be able to do anything. You'll be able to heal through anything. You'll be able to survive and walk through anything because love is the highest and ultimate frequency.
I believe that one.
I believe that one too. Amen.
You can live in it. You can go to sleep to it. It's only 528 hertz. A lot of people don't understand that you can actually adjust your radio to that and you can feel that. You know, that's why you got monks and stuff. They listen to certain tones while they praying or when they meditating. But it's hard to believe it. But bees actually the only thing on earth that actually flies and stay in that frequency. That's how it don't make sense how they body weigh more than they wings. Can get around, you know,
because when they fly, they vibrate.
Yeah.
And just like when you hear the monks say, that is actually a vibration. Yeah, but that opens up the chakras within you when you OM. That is an important part of meditation. You don't have to necessarily do it to meditate, but that opens you up to the spiritual realm, and it opens up your chakras, and it helps you see certain things. It opens up your third eye. There are different things, like Molly said, that we do that we have access to and we don't understand because we are a reflection of heaven and hell. People think you have to die to get there. No, we operate in that way, which is why the world is the way it is now. We choose to be that way.
Wait a minute, Hakeem, is he saying something?
No, he dropped off.
Why don't? Hello?
Hakeem is having a conversation, but yeah, that's about it, though, man. Gotta get him some good energy before you go.
Thank you.
Y'all looking for me?
Yeah, we found you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were.
She was worried.
Worried? Nah, don't be. Everything good. I ain't going nowhere.
Boy.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look. It's like my name Charlie. Look at the angels over there. You know, I got 3 of them over there. Oh man, I feel great. Y'all making me feel like Superman. You know that, right? Superwoman. Oh man.
Yeah, go out there and get that sun so you can reboot.
There you go. Look at Sunshine getting on there. Look at her.
Okay, before we go, this Saturday,
there it is.
It's coming up.
Open mic, Juneteenth.
Oh yeah,
open mic, Juneteenth.
What got going on?
Well, just come on out. This is free. It's for everybody. The numbers down there. Only thing you got to do is text freedom, and that would get your free entry into this open mic jam. You hear me?
I can't text it. How do I get my free entry, Hakeem?
The number's down the bottom. Just text the number freedom.
Yeah. Okay.
Text freedom to 240-788-0173.
There's a whole rack of numbers down there.
We'll do. I said I'm just gonna say it to you. Freedom. I done got my free entry. There you go.
I need you to text it. We need structure.
Why we gotta argue?
Why you want to?
We need structure.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get somebody.
Man, you gotta be on the list, okay? Don't give him a hard time, okay?
He can give me a hard time. I'm gonna give him a hard time.
I know.
I don't give you no hard time.
I'm gonna text you right now, freedom.
Hakeem, what you got going on Saturday?
Nope, I canceled it.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, the people that I was at, they wasn't. It was just horrible. You know, it was there's a lot of things that happen. We can talk backstage, I can tell.
Okay.
Yeah. That's on Tuesday night. Party 10. The Gwen Factor Robinson is hosting, and that's me. I'll be the Gwen Factor.
Somebody text freedom to me. Somebody text freedom to me.
Yeah, he beat me over from working off my phone.
Can I get some more text freedom for Monday?
I'll be there. I'll be
there.
Text freedom. Hang up.
You got text freedom to the phones.
Yeah, but this Saturday, June the 17th, the Blue Phoenix is having a tea party from 12. Wait a minute, am I giving the right information?
Yes, it's called Be Released in the Summer Breeze with Blue Phoenix. This Saturday at 12 p.m. It's from 12 to 3 o'clock. The price is $20 for singles. If you're coming as a couple, it's $30, and if you bring your children, they're $10. We are going to have a wonderful time. If you'd like to come, please reach out to me. I need to get you on the list if you're coming, so I can know how much to make for food and make sure I have enough supplies for our activities.
Just make me some celery. You can make me some celery.
It's for kids to come out?
Kids can come too, she said.
Yeah, if you have to bring your children, yes, you can bring them, but they're $10. Because I have to make sure I have the supplies.
All right, my daughter talking about, their last day of school is tomorrow.
Michelle,
today, can we do something?
Yes.
If we be a couple, we save $5 as a couple.
Y'all ain't no damn couple.
I gotta sit there and say y'all a couple right there in front of the people. Good Lord.
Wait a minute. A couple just mean two. Wait a minute, ain't no freaking snicker going on.
No, first and foremost, a couple means significant other in you. If you're not a significant other, then you coming individually, ma'am.
All right. I'm just trying to get you
out. All right.
You get to be like that. How can you come with me?
We're fussing behind the scenes. Good night, y'all. Good afternoon.
And you gonna try to bring me in? Ain't that something?
No, me and Molly, Michelle and Molly, me, we two couple. Get the 5% discount.
We'll talk about it behind the scenes.
Yes.
All right, good show, y'all. I see y'all in the background.
Sounds good.
All right.